Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Bob Bryant. Today we're going to talk about how love builds bridges. One of the things that I've read and I learned to love to learn to repeat is how building bridges strong enough to carry the weight of the gospel. Let's build bridges with other people strong enough relationally to carry the weight of the gospel. It's just this idea of building a relationship, a connection, so much so that they give you permission to share something that's so important, the most important thing about you, your relationship with Jesus Christ. And it's about this idea of love, that love is that which builds bridges. Would you join me in 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 8 through 11? Above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love covers a multitude of sins. Show hospitality to one another without grumbling. As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace. Whoever speaks as one who speaks oracles of God. Peter said, above all, above everything, love. And even if you go into Paul, faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. Love is that which builds a relational connection. Love builds bridges between people. And it's an amazing thing. And how to do this is he shares with us what we're supposed to do. We are supposed to build and express this love with other people. And it says how? He says, be hospitable. Show hospitality. He says, secondly, encourage others. And he says, third, use your gifts to share. So what is hospitality? It looks so different for each person. It might be one thing that my daughters talk about in the early 20s is, my friends always want me to drive. I have the nicer car, but then I have to pay for all the gas. And this is the idea that Peter's talking about is be hospitable. Be the driver and don't worry about the gas. Be generous if you can be generous like that. Open your home. Maybe you can open your home and have a Bible study in your home, or just open your home and invite people over to build a bridge with a dessert or a dinner. One thing I've learned with my wife is that dinner is a whole nother level of complexity and stress and frustration. And so when we would show hospitality, I wanted to constantly show hospitality, but my wife, I was putting such a burden on her. And she said, could we compromise and do dessert? And that was great. And so it was a good combination of we could open our home, which required the house to be clean, of course, but then we could simplify and just have a dessert. And the people could come over, we could accomplish our goals, and it wouldn't stress anybody out. So showing hospitality, you got to work it out with your other spouse. Second, encourage others. Use your mouth and your deeds to encourage one another. Be a Barnabas. Be this person in somebody's life who sees how God is using them or some beautiful gift. I was just on the way over here, and I think I did it right. And I just said to one of the staff members, and I said, "Oh, you look so pretty in red." And she just lit up and she smiled and she said, "Oh, thanks so much." Just little things like that can be encouraging to one another, and find ways to strengthen, encourage, and be honest about it. Make sure they're authentic things that you're encouraging people. Third, use your gifts to serve. God has given you the Holy Spirit. And with the Holy Spirit dwelling inside of you, he unlocks all of these wonderful spiritual gifts inside of you. Even if you don't know what they are, people could probably tell you what some of your gifts are, but use those to help other people. These are 3 ways that you can build bridges of love with people: hospitality, encouraging one another, and using your gifts to serve. We know that loving other people is showing them the gospel, because love is not transactional. We don't do love for somebody to anticipate a return of love. When we show love towards somebody, it is unmerited favor, it is grace, and we expect nothing in return. That is genuine love. So what are you going to do this week? Are you going to show somebody hospitality? Are you going to encourage somebody? Or are you going to use your gifts to encourage and help one another out?